One of the great things about the Patriots getting all these great free agents, all these awesome draft picks, is the fact that people are going to have to step up their game. And this one in particular, I think he's ready for it. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron on the daily Patriots content. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. It'll take you 2 seconds. I'd appreciate it. So today, what we're talking about, Mr. Kyle Williams, absolute DAWG dog. Now, he was asked, not him, but the organization, the coaches, was said, give us one word about Kyle Williams. How would you define him? And the word they decided to use was the word committed. Hear me out, folks. Kyle Williams is going to be an absolute terror for the New England Patriots wide receivers. Again, he is coming into the organization where opportunities are everywhere. You can step in, son, and you have the potential to be a starter, to be on the field, making plays, getting the ball from Drake May, and listen, making fantasy owners happy, but more importantly, making Patriots fans happy. Using the word committed is huge just because it says this. Listen, you look at, and again, I know a lot of people come to the defense to Polk and Baker. I get that. Rough coaching staff this past season, a ton of different issues. Again, I cross my fingers. I hope the best for them. But again, when you have a rookie that, again, he started his career at UNLV, almost like a chip on your shoulder mentality, went to Washington State. Anyone who knows college football, Washington State, there's a reason they were not asked to leave the Pac-12. There's a reason that they went down with the ship in the Pac-12. Washington State isn't a top-tier football program, but Kyle Williams able to go in there and ball out, improve himself, because guess what? Just like this word has been stated before, committed to the grind, committed to getting better, and committed to helping this organization. So again, this is just another little piece that shows Kyle Williams is the real deal. And honestly, of all the people I've read about, Kyle Williams, I feel like has gotten some of the most hype out of anyone. So comment below, what would you say? Kyle Williams, real deal or not? Have you heard the most about him? Other players? Comment below. Let me hear you. Again, Kyle Williams, incredibly high on him. Vertical threat is going to, I really think, give a great spark to this offense. Not only him, but as well having Stephon Diggs and then as well Pop Douglas. So it is going to be fun to see. Now, next up, Patriots All-Pro named New England's top breakout player. Now, you're probably thinking, All-Pro. Oh yeah, Marcus Jones was an All-Pro returner. Again, last year had some hiccups, wasn't ideal, but I think he is going to has the potential to have a great breakout season, especially when you have someone like Christian Gonzalez, another all-pro guy, absolute DAWG dog. And then on the other side, Clayton Davis III, as long as he can stay healthy, those corners can be great. Marcus coming in on defense and being able to play that slot, play the nickel corner. I think this defense has the potential to have absolute, as the kids would say, clamps and really improve, incredibly improve from last year. So Marcus Jones, again, last year there was even times they brought him in on offense, but I think just adding better players around him, as well as the fact that hopefully, there's been issues with where he's battled, injuries. And he did play this past year. He played a career high of 586 defensive snaps, which led to a career high grade across the board and plenty of room to grow. Jones is set, obviously, as we talked about, to play the slot once again this season. And again, we also have to look at this. Kobe Minor was drafted cornerback, yes. But if Mike Vrabel came in and thought, I don't know if we necessarily want Marcus Jones playing that slot corner, then I think they would have prioritized corner much sooner. So again, I think he's in a safe spot. Obviously, he had been named All-Pro, and I really hope he can break out as well in this return game this upcoming year. So again, do not forget about your boy Marcus Jones. Still a ton of potential there. 26 years old, absolute stud. Last but not least, Joshua Dobbs, talking about his initial impression of Drake May. Kind of funny story, but they're talking. He was talking about they went golfing. Drake May can absolutely slam the ball, absolutely rocket the ball, which is great in golf. So I'm sure he's pushing well over 300 in his drives, unless he plays like a smart golfer. And any smart golfer I know rarely drives and usually uses their 3-wood or whatnot, but can absolutely still crush the ball. But anyways, just a cool story. And again, cool to see that someone like Joshua Dobbs, a journeyman in the NFL, Mike Vrabel likes him, Josh McDaniels, bringing him in to, yes, not obviously start, but also be a mentor for Drake May, not only on the field, but off the field. You got to think this guy has been on how many different teams. And so, in a way, it's Drake May is, even though he was a Pro Bowler, still trying to figure out like the life in the NFL and doing all these different things. So I think Joshua Dobbs can do great. And what's interesting too, he actually did cross paths. He was on the same team for a little bit with Jacoby Brissett, talking about how he was a big Jacoby Brissett guy. But again, I like Joshua Dobbs. I think too, just his play style, I like a lot more than a Jacoby Brissett. So again, comment below. Tell me what you guys think when it comes to Kyle Williams. Do you think, again, out of this draft class, I know I've asked this question a couple different times, different ways, but of everyone who was drafted, who have you heard the most about? Again, I'm going to tell you, I think it is Kyle Williams. I think he has a ton of potential there. And then a player that I honestly did not think about until I honestly started reading this article, Marcus Jones. The guy, AVP, if you remember, he actually had him on some offensive snaps. I'm not 100% sure how many snaps he had this past year, but he got in there. He was playing a little bit. Again, you're an all-pro returner. You should be able to do some stuff on offense. So from what I remember, there was some jet sweeps that he was in on or whatnot, something of those lines where you get someone fast, you put them in there, you send them in motion, you see how the defense is set up, and you, again, is also difficult to, reason being, you have slot receivers who are incredibly quick, hard to cover them, especially depending on who is on them. So anyways, tell me what you think. Marcus Jones, breakout player of the year. If you don't think he's going to be the breakout player of the year, who do you think it will be? Guys, I need to start wearing sunscreen. I feel like every time I come on here, I'm like a little redder, a little more of a tomato. I'm making my way to becoming a absolute red tomato. Maybe, Tom Brady said you don't need sunscreen, just drink more water. Again, that doesn't work for people who are incredibly pale. Is what it is. Anyways, we'll talk later. My name is Aaron. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll talk later. Peace.